Hey everyone, Adam here with the Old Santee Canal Parks education team for another virtual field trip Wednesday. You are probably wondering why I am standing in the dark. The reason I am standing in the dark is today's class is all about space. And the best way to learn about space is go outside after dark and look up. So this class, we are going to focus all about the moon. The moon is usually the easiest object to spot in the night sky, and you can really see some cool features on the moon. So stay with me as we go on this journey to learn everything about the moon. So this diagram shows why the moon stays the same. Now look at the left-hand moon. As the moon goes around Earth, follow the dark spots. You see how the dark spots always face Earth? That is called tidal locking. Tidal locking. And that's the reason we only see one side of the moon's surface. Now, this other one is not tidally locked. So as it goes around the Earth, watch the dark spots. The dark spots eventually face away from the Earth. So we would see all sides of the moon's surface. So our moon is tidally locked. Now the reason the moon is tidally locked is because of gravity. Now it rotates at the same rate as it goes around the Earth. So thus tidally locked. And the reason is because of gravity. Now, there are two forces in the solar system at work, okay? One is gravity. Throw something up, comes right back down. Gravity. Now, most people don't understand the other one is centrifugal force. Now, have you ever ridden on the ride? It's called the Gravitron. It's a ride where it spins really fast and it sticks you up against the wall and you can't move. Okay, that is not gravity. That's centrifugal force. That is the other force in the solar system. Okay? One wants to pull you out, the other one wants to pull you in. So what happens with the moon as it goes around the Earth, it became balanced. Those two forces became balanced. And as a result, that tidal locking occurred. And that's why we only ever see one side of the moon. But the moon does change, right? It doesn't look the same night after night and after night. And the reason it changes is because the moon is a giant mirror. It does not produce any of its own light. It just shines back light from the sun. So the sun's rays hit the moon and it just shines it back to Earth. So the reason why we can see the moon is because of the sun's rays. It's not because it produces its own light, okay? So if we look at it, as the moon goes through its cycle, the lunar cycle it's called, which is every 28 days, it changes shape through those 28 days. It changes phase. So there's phases of the moon throughout, and I'm going to help you learn those phases of the moon. So the first phase we are going to learn about is the new moon. So what happens with the new moon is that all the sunlight is striking the back side of the moon, or the dark side of the moon, so to speak. That's where all the aliens live, right? So we can't see that. That's why we have the new moon. Now, as the moon grows, it is called waxing. And there's an easy way to remember this. And it comes from a movie, right? The Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi has a famous line that says, wax on, wax off. So, as the moon gets bigger, it is waxing on. As the moon gets smaller, it's waning off. So, wax on, wane off. So the next step after new moon is a waxing crescent. Remember Pillsbury Doughboy, crescent rolls, all right? Next, first quarter, because it is 1 quarter through the cycle. Waxing gibbous, that's kind of hard to remember. Full moon, Then we're waning off, right? We're getting smaller. Wane off. Waning gibbous, third quarter, right? We're 3/4 of the way through the cycle. Then waning crescent, back to new moon. Remember, this is the lunar cycle. It takes approximately 28 days, and it's the result of the sunlight hitting the moon at different angles, because the moon is just a giant mirror. That covers everything about the moon. That being said, our space class covers so much more. We go in depth about planets, our solar system, stars, constellations, and the stories behind them. There is so much more to learn in this class. That being said, when this is all over and life returns back to normal, we will be offering this class to the public. So I hope you take the time and you join me and sign up for this class so you can learn everything there is to know about our universe.